Hello everybody, this is Scully. In this video I am going to make a zombie V-Roid model in V-Roid Studio today and watch it through the end because I want to show you how I made this bow from cat ears. Enjoy the video and I hope you like my process because it's going to be a long one. Firstly, in V-Roid Studio I choose the fan V-Roid model. And then basically once I done that sort of situation, I start the process of what the V-Roid model should look like. First, I do the face, obviously, because I want it to look cute and more feminine. And also the reason I made the eyes bigger is because I need the eyes to look like a bit of doll-like when it comes to zombies, especially with round circles later on, which I'm going to do. So this is just me struggling on which face I'm gonna do with the V-Roid model, and the eyes as well, which is the iris, by the way. So I will time lapse right now what I'm doing, so there's a lot of moving the perimeters around to make the face look good. Also, with my V-Roid models, I actually get rid of the ears. Why? Because I do not like the ears in the V-Roid model. Ears in the V-Roid model is really silly. So once I actually do the mucking around, I pretty much just keep mucking around until I get to the other face. So that's the last parameters buttons I use, and I move on to the actual face of what it looks like, because it took me a long time to do this. So I got the eyes now, got the eyebrows, now I've done the eyelashes, which I made myself. It's custom made. Go to edit texture in eye sets, and then I proceed to edit the eye. Okay, now we continue. Once I'm in textures and edit the eye itself, which is easy, you just got to do a lot of the eye areas like the iris, the eyelashes, so on. Once you do that, you go to, I think I'll go to my cursor here, the X mark here, and pretty much save the texture. Obviously you save the texture. Once you save the texture, it will be under your preset, so it will be saved. Alright, now I'm gonna go for the rest of the lips because I already got the nose like custom made, which I did myself. I'm not gonna get into that because that would just be the waste of the video. I go to hairstyles, shaggy hair, obviously with Night Zombie, and made a body like tall because I want her to look like a tall person. So I go for 220 centimeters, which is not easy feat. Once I pick her height, I pretty much go to the t-shirt section, which is the body section, and I choose the bra part, which is here. And through there, I just go through my hairstyles. Now, at first, I thought I'll go straight for the hair, but then I realized I don't like that. I'm just gonna stick with the shaggy hair, but I'm keeping the preset hair of like the front part. So as you can see, I messed around a lot with the hair here because I did not like it. So let me skip that because that's just a mucking around part that was not gonna go in the model. So then realized that the back of the hair is a bit short and it's green. So I was trying to choose a fringe and I was having trouble with the fringe actually. It was not cooperating with me. I just did not like it at all, and also I didn't like how the fringe design did not fit her. So I think this is the part where I actually realized that I'm not gonna choose this fringe. I may have to do something else. So once I made the hair long, which is easy, you choose that to move it, that to rotate, and that to resize it. This is for linking the hair, this is the pen, and this is selecting. That's all you need to remember when it comes to these type of V-Roid model making stuff. Oh, and also don't forget about the texture parameters. Sorry, yeah, that. Sorry for my lack of pronunciation. I am not good at speaking. I'm trying. So again, a lot of mucking around, moving the nets a lot, and this is pretty much the back of the hair. This is what the part I actually like because I draw the scalp part or the hair, and the reason I did that is because the hair was missing. I needed to do it, but I realized I ran into the problem. I pretty much pressed this button, which means it's gonna mirror the hair. So what you see now is me using the mirror hair feature, which I have in over here, and do it all over her hair. And once I do it all over her hair, I make the hair again big more longer and save it. Next, I do the fringe, because remember before how I mentioned the fringe did not fit with the back of the hair. So I draw that with the mirror on, which is so much easier, by the way. That's a good tip as a beginner. And I use the link part here to link the hair and move the parts. That's what the dotted parts in the hair particle lines represents, which you'll see in that video now. This is the link in here. Then save it. And pretty much after I've done the head and I satisfy with the hairstyle, I go to accessories. I always leave accessory last. I do not like it when people start from clothing then the hair, so I do the opposite. I do the hair first and then the accessories. So I use the tank top obviously to cheapen my way to make a, what they call it, a strap, one strap dress style, if that makes sense. And I pick a strap dress to make it short because I realized I didn't like the style before, but I kept the singlet top underneath. So I get rid of the top part and make the skirt black because I want the skirt. This is going to be one piece dress, which is a little trick I have in my sleeve. And pretty much go back to parameters, change the dress and go to edit texture and use the rubber to rub out the skirt because I want her leg to be shown and it's going to be ripped. You know, like a lot of stuff in zombies are ripped, obviously. And then do the top. Then pretty much I had to check if I got everything ready. Go to Clip Studio Paint. Now, this is going a bit too fast for you guys, obviously. So I'll go back and break down what I actually did. So what I did after that is that I went to, well, we obviously in edit texture, right? Let me go back to edit texture. There we go. So I go to layers, press export, then go to Clip Studio Paint and do the editing stuff of the texture, the file. Make sure it's exported out in PNG and import it back in. That's all you need to do, really. That's how I do it. Sorry, I didn't have the ripped skirt part. I did it past recording. I just showed a blending brush where I blend the brush with the background of the skirt. I did a lot of color dodges, a lot of glows, and a lot of blending and a lot of gasoline blur in this situation. And a 3D model because I don't have, what you call it, one of those sun rays. I don't have a sun ray brush, so I use a 3D model. And it was tedious because there's so many times in this video that I actually made a mistake of trying to make this happen. Because what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to make one of those ripple effects in like clothing to make it look like a silk type of dress sort of thing. But it didn't go well the first time, as you can see in this video. And I tried it another way and again it did not work. I think this is the part where it did not work. So I kept going until I actually got it right. So this is me making mistakes, showing to beginners that, you know, experts can make mistakes. It's not just beginners. I was getting frustrated at this part, I could tell. This is me getting frustrated because I know this is the part where I actually got it right. This is the part where I got it right. I'm just fixing the sunray because I didn't like how thick the lines were. And I get another layer and cover the whole canvas black which I'll show now. Then put it together, overlay. There's a problem. We need to get rid of the black stuff on the like splodge mark, and then I use gasoline blur to blend it together, because otherwise it looks like a striped dress, and I don't want that design. I want it to look like a silk dress. So this is me doing a gasoline blur, and I had to make sure it's right, because sometimes my computer does not register properly. It just does not. Now I color it a bit more because I didn't like the where it's going, and I just wait for the loading part of it and then put it together. I was going to add another green design, as you can see through this video, but I realized I didn't like the design. I didn't like it. It's a bit yucky. So I decided to go with just the black design that you saw before. So this is just me getting rid of the black part, obviously. See? This is me doing the black part. Then I go over here and save it and go to export it out from file and PNG. So this is just post editing me, showing you how I export the textures out of Clip Studio Paint, so it'll be less confusing for everyone involved. So you go to file, then go to export single layer, and then go to PNG, and pretty much from there you export the textures. That's how I usually do it. So hopefully that clears up the information and the confusion. Alright, back to the video. And then once I go here, I import it. Once I go to import file, it will show up like that. That's how I make my skirt. I just get rid of the stuff on the wrist because it does not belong there. Make sure mirror things on. And again, I do the same thing with the top, but this time is more like actual recorded of what I do. So I usually go to file, and then I go to export and PNG, and then the file will be put back in and import in VRoid Studio. That's what I do once I finish with this. And I made a mistake in this top before too, made it too green and it did not fit with the skirt, so don't worry, I fixed it later on by just copying the skirt and just put it over the top, because I need to make sure everything's going correctly. And this was tedious, by the way. Now right here, I know what you're gonna say, what are you doing in this part? I'm literally just trying to make like buttons in the top because that's what I want to do. And honestly, I just want to show where the buttons are in the top. Once I do the buttons of the top, which I really like, by the way, it actually matches the dress. That's what I like about it. It looks professional. Don't forget to save it as an item, by the way. That goes along with the skirt. So, once I do that, I do the body next. So, go to body, and this is the fun part. You use color calibration to use the colors of the body, and then I use the black and use this brush to brush the skin, and that's what I make the skin, you know, look like it's half burnt. And I know what you're gonna ask, why you want the zombie to look like it's half burnt? Because that's what the character style I was looking for, is half burnt zombie. That's what I wanted, and I want it in her leg, arm, and also her hand, and half of her face where the black dot is. That's the design I was looking for, that's the design I was going for. And besides, I was very inspired by Sin in Murder Drones. I was really inspired by that. I really love that design so much. But think of this as a green version. We won't have the smile, we will just have like the cutesy zombie with a half burnt skin and also stitches. Again, exported the thing out, getting the stitches in, which is technically cracks, and use glow. Use a lot of tools to get rid of it, like lasso tool. And then this took me so long to do, the lasso tool, and also blending the skin, because I made a mistake there, import it back in, and then ta-da, you got the scars or cracks as I call it. Save it as an item. Once I do that, I go to the face and I go to skin and just copy the same skin of the area, but I realized I did not like it, so I made it more green. And same brush, make it black, and just do the face. I also do realize I made a mistake of forgetting to do the neck, but don't worry, I fixed it later on. Don't worry, save it as an item. Then go to body, edit texture. This is the part where I fixed the neck, as I mentioned before, because I totally forgot about that. Remember, I want this zombie to look like it's actually half burnt. So that's the design. Save the item. Now we're gonna do the last bit now, which is the nose. And then go to accessories, add accessory, go to add cat ears. I know what you're gonna say, why cat ears? I make it into a bow by putting around this and play along with it, and use these to make it flat, and also to use the perimeters to make it more round so it looks like a bow. Yeah, I know, you did not think that cat ears can make a bow, but now you know. So this is the part where I flatten it and I realized, oh no, it's a bit small, I should make it bigger. Don't worry, I can fix that easily. Okay, we make it black. Go to edit texture, get the black brush, put it all the way up, cover it in the black texture. There you go, that's the bow. But again, it's a bit small, so I get to resize and resize the whole thing. And was I satisfied with that, I go back to face, and there you go, I made my girl. But she's forgetting one thing, which is a detail most people don't check: nails. I don't know why people don't check the nails, but I do. I check the nails, and I put black nail polish because it will look so cool. It will suit the aesthetic and style I was going for. So I put the nails in, as you can see, save it as an item, and I go to export the VRM file, added whether I call her, and then export her out. I make sure to save her, and now she'll be part of my many VRoid models. Don't worry, go file, 3D data, which is import, gives me import, then 3D data, then your model will be importing. From there you go, I think it's rasterized material, yeah, rasterized material, then import it, and then name it, and then pretty much you could just do whatever you want with it, posing wise. So yeah, that's my zombie girl. I hope you like this video. Subscribe. Happy 2026, because in March I'm turning 28 this year. So yeah, that's it for today. Alright, bye.